So I'm standing here in the vineyards of the Stoller family estate, and I'm here with Rob. And what is your position here, Rob?
I'm the vineyard manager and oversee all the farming of wine grapes.
So what we're going to talk about today is how you guys do your pruning, and then we'll chat a little bit about how that can be interpreted into a home gardener. But there's not a lot of grapes at home gardens that I see that are pruned this way. Tell me what this is, and there's a name for it, I'm sure, and why you do it this way.
Sure, this is called a bilateral Guillot system, named after Jules Guillot, and it incorporates also the canes being arced in what's called either Pendle Bogan or Mosel arch. It's a pretty common style of pruning worldwide, and
what's the purpose of arching them like that?
Well, you want to spread the fruit out over a larger area, and there's something called apical dominance in grapevines, where the bud that's farthest from the head of the vine gets the most vigor. By elevating one of the growing buds about a foot higher than the one that's farthest away, you can help balance the vigor.
Oh, so then it gives them more of a chance for each cluster of grape to get about the same type. Oh, that's
exactly. More vigorous vines ripen at a different rate than less vigorous vines, and that goes to the shoot itself as well.
So then let's walk just across this aisle, and you're going to show us actually how you do this. All right?
Okay.
So now, Rob, we just came right across an aisle here to a part of the vineyard that has yet to be pruned. So now I think what happens with home gardeners, at least, is they think they're going to get out there to prune, and they look at all of this stuff, and this is really not as bad as a lot of grapevines in a home garden, but it's still confusing. How do you guys even start to process what to do?
You got to think of the grapevine as having, we call it a head, and I teach my crew to think of the shoots as horns. You want them growing away from the head.
Okay.
You want it about fist-shaped, and you want your shoots that you choose to be pointed in the direction that you're going to bend them.
Okay.
This is a Chardonnay grapevine. They're very brittle when you bend it. So the more you have to bend it, the more likely it is that it'll break.
It's going to break, all right.
So when pruning Chardonnay, I always, although you only want 2 canes, until you tie it, I always leave 4, because you're likely to break one while tying it. So you want to leave 2 canes and 2 renewal spurs. You got to think about how the grapevine's going to grow over a number of years, and you don't want to choose canes that are going to make it difficult to prune in future years.
All right, well, let's get started.
Okay, great.
All right, so this is done. This one is done. And it really only took you a couple of minutes to do this, right?
Yeah, professional, it shouldn't take any more than a minute.
Wow. Well, it does take me longer than that, but then I don't claim to be a professional. I also notice that there's a lot of dripping coming out of the cuts.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. That's just the sap. Happens in the spring when the roots are starting to push growth.
Yeah.
So these growing buds are going to start growing green tissues any day now.
And you know, I also was surprised, Rob, that you cut off the old main stems. In my mind, those were going to be left, but you really, when you say you take it back to just this fist side knob there at the top, that's really what you do.
Yeah, these are renewal canes. They're renewed every year, and hopefully what we'll do is we'll get a cane. One of these shoots will grow a nice cane that grows in the right position, here or here, and we'll be able to get a new cane next year.
Wonderful. Well, you know, as a home gardener, you want to learn all you can about your grapes, because you want to have success with them in your home as well as they do here at the vineyards. And speaking of the vineyards, be sure to stop by, have a glass of wine, and see what great pruning can get you in a bottle of wine, huh? And there's a lot of great events happening out here. So you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. You can find out what's going on. Come out, have a great time. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it.